You've been told for decades that eggs are the gold standard of protein, the perfect food, the benchmark every other protein source gets measured against. And for a long time, that made sense. But here's what nobody's telling you. If you're over 40 and trying to rebuild muscle you've lost, eggs aren't even close to your best option. There's a protein source that absorbs faster, triggers a stronger muscle-building signal, and does something eggs simply cannot do for aging muscle tissue. This isn't about hating on eggs. Eggs are fine, but fine isn't what you need when you're trying to reverse years of muscle loss, especially after 40, when your body starts fighting you on this every single day. There's a biological process called anabolic resistance. It means that as you age, your muscles become less responsive to protein. You need more of it, and you need it delivered in a very specific way just to get the same muscle-building response a 25-year-old gets from a fraction of the amount. Most people have no idea this is happening to them. They eat enough protein by every chart and calculator, and they still feel weaker, softer, and smaller than they used to be. I spent 8 weeks testing a specific protein timing protocol built around one particular source. Not a fancy supplement, not something exotic, just something most people are eating completely wrong. I tracked my grip strength, my waist-to-muscle ratio, how my clothes fit across my shoulders and arms, and how quickly I recovered between workouts. The results were honestly better than I expected. My grip strength went up. My shoulders filled out my shirts again for the first time in years. And recovery between training days went from still sore 3 days later to ready to go again in 36 hours. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what this protein source is, how to eat it, and how to build your entire day around it to start rebuilding the muscle you've lost starting tomorrow. Let me back up. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not someone who spent their life in a gym. I'm someone who, somewhere in my late 30s, started noticing things. Carrying groceries felt harder. My arms looked thinner in photos, even though my waist hadn't changed much. Getting up off the floor took an extra second it never used to. I'd hear people talk about muscle loss after 40 and think, that's not me, that's old people. Except it was already happening quietly, the way it does for almost everyone. So I started digging into the research, and that's when I found the piece almost nobody talks about. It's not just how much protein you eat, it's the type of protein, and specifically how quickly your body can access the amino acids inside it. This is where eggs start to fall short, and where one specific protein source pulls dramatically ahead. That source is whey protein, specifically whey protein isolate, taken at the right times and in the right amounts. And before you roll your eyes because you've heard of whey 1,000 times, stick with me because almost everyone is using it wrong, and almost nobody understands why it works the way it does, for rebuilding muscle specifically. Here's the comparison that changed how I think about this completely. Eggs are a complete protein. That part is true, but they digest slowly. The protein in an egg is bound up inside a dense protein matrix that your digestive system has to break down piece by piece. By the time the amino acids from your scrambled eggs actually reach your bloodstream and become available to your muscles, you're looking at a slow trickle over 2 to 3 hours. Whey protein isolate, on the other hand, is already broken down into a form your body can absorb almost immediately. Amino acid levels in your blood spike within 30 to 45 minutes of drinking it. And critically, whey isolate is exceptionally high in one specific amino acid, leucine, which acts like a key that unlocks muscle protein synthesis. It's the trigger, not just the fuel. Here's the number that made me sit up. To get the same amount of leucine found in a single scoop of whey isolate, about 2.5 to 3 grams, you'd need to eat roughly 4 to 5 whole eggs, and you'd get that leucine over hours in a slow drip instead of in the fast spike. Your aging muscles actually need to override anabolic resistance. This is the gap. Eggs give you protein, whey isolate gives you protein, and the specific signal delivered fast enough and concentrated enough to actually punch through the wall that's keeping your muscles from rebuilding. Before we go further, ask yourself these questions. Do you feel like you're doing everything right? Eating protein, maybe even working out, but your muscle just isn't coming back the way it used to? Do your arms, shoulders, or legs look noticeably smaller or softer in photos compared to 5 or 10 years ago, even if your weight is similar? Do you get more sore than you used to after workouts? And does that soreness stick around longer? Do you feel weaker doing everyday things, carrying bags, opening jars, climbing stairs, than you remember feeling before? Have you increased your protein intake on paper, but seen little to no change in how you actually look or feel? If you said yes to even two of these, this isn't a discipline problem, it's a delivery problem. Your body isn't getting the right signal at the right speed, at the right times, and that's exactly what this protocol fixes. Let's go deeper into why this matters so much as you age. When you're young, your muscles are highly sensitive to protein. Eat a reasonable amount, and your body responds enthusiastically. Muscle protein synthesis ramps up easily, even from moderate, slowly digesting sources, eggs, chicken, whatever. Your body says, great, let's build. As you get older, that responsiveness drops. This is anabolic resistance. The same amount of protein that used to trigger a strong muscle building response now triggers a weaker one. Your body essentially becomes hard of hearing to the protein signal. There are two ways to deal with this. One is to eat dramatically more protein at every meal, hoping volume makes up for reduced sensitivity. That works to some degree, but it's hard to sustain, hard on digestion, and honestly, most people don't actually do it consistently. The better way is to make the signal itself louder and faster, which is exactly what fast-digesting leucine-rich protein does. It's like turning up the volume instead of trying to shout the same message for longer. A fast-acting leucine appears to partially override anabolic resistance, triggering a stronger muscle-building response even at moderate total protein amounts. This is why timing and source matter just as much as total daily protein, something almost every generic eat more protein piece of advice completely ignores. So here's what actually works. 3 components, all things I tested directly over 8 weeks. Component number 1, a fast-digesting whey isolate shake within 30 to 45 minutes after training. This is the window where your muscles are most receptive, sometimes called the anabolic window, though it's a bit broader than the old advice suggested. What matters most is getting that fast leucine spike to your muscles while they're still primed from the workout you just did. My version was simple. 1 scoop of whey protein isolate, around 25 to 30 grams of protein mixed with water or milk, drank within half an hour of finishing my workout. Nothing fancy, no need for elaborate post-workout meals engineered down to the gram. If you're newer to training, this still applies even with lighter workouts, bodyweight exercises, resistance bands, whatever you're doing. The signal matters more than the intensity when you're starting out. Component number 2, a second whey isolate serving before bed on training days. This one surprised me. Research into nighttime protein suggests that a slow trickle of amino acids during sleep, when your body does much of its repair work, can meaningfully support overnight muscle protein synthesis. But here's the twist. Even though whey is fast digesting compared to eggs, having a moderate dose before bed still provides a useful amino acid pool through the early part of the night, especially when paired with a day's total protein intake. My approach? A half to full scoop of whey isolate about 30 to 45 minutes before bed on days I trained. Mixed with a bit of milk for some extra slow digesting protein alongside it, essentially getting both a fast component and a slower tail. I want to be clear, this isn't about eating right before bed in a way that disrupts sleep the way a heavy meal would. A protein shake is light, low volume, and for most people doesn't interfere with sleep quality the way late-night solid food can. Component number 3, front-loading whey isolate into your first meal of the day. Overnight, you've gone 7 to 9 hours without protein. Your body has been in a net breakdown state, and your first meal is your first opportunity to flip that switch back toward building. Most people's breakfasts are protein poor. Toast, cereal, coffee, maybe eggs if they're trying. My approach was to start the day with a whey isolate shake, another 25 to 30 grams serving E, sometimes blended with a banana or some oats for carbs, sometimes just with water if I was keeping it simple. This front-loaded leucine spike first thing in the morning seemed to set a different tone for the entire day. Less of that mid-morning, I could eat my arm hunger, and a noticeably faster recovery feeling on days following hard training. Across the day, this gave me roughly 75 to 90 grams of protein from whey isolate alone, spread across 3 fast-absorbing doses on top of normal meals. Total daily protein landed somewhere around 140 to 160 grams most days. Not extreme, but delivered in a way that actually worked with my aging muscles instead of against them. Now, 5 mistakes that keep people stuck, because I made every one of these before figuring this out. Mistake number 1, relying on slow digesting protein around training. Chicken breasts, steak, eggs, all great foods, but all slow to deliver amino acids. Eating a big chicken meal right before or after a workout means your muscles are waiting hours for the protein they needed in minutes. Save the slow stuff for times when a slow trickle is actually useful, like potentially before bed, alongside something faster. Mistake number 2, thinking more protein automatically equals more muscle. Past a certain point, somewhere around 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight for most people, extra protein doesn't translate to extra muscle. It's not about cramming in more total grams. It's about getting enough delivered, at the right times, with the right leucine punch. Mistake number 3, skipping protein at breakfast entirely. Starting the day in a protein deficit after an overnight fast means you're playing catch-up before you've even begun. This is one of the easiest fixes with the biggest impact, and most people's breakfasts are almost entirely carbs. Mistake number 4, not training at all and expecting protein alone to rebuild muscle. Protein, especially fast-digesting leucine-rich protein, amplifies a muscle-building signal, but without resistance training of some kind, even bodyweight movements, there's a much smaller signal to amplify. This protocol works alongside movement, not instead of it. Mistake number 5, inconsistent timing. Having a perfect post-workout shake on Monday and then forgetting protein entirely on Tuesday undermines the whole approach. Muscle rebuilding responds to consistent repeated signals over weeks, not occasional perfect days surrounded by gaps. Now, the questions I know you're thinking, isn't whey protein just for bodybuilders? That reputation comes from how it's marketed, not from what it actually does. Whey isolate is simply a fast-absorbing leucine-rich protein source, useful for anyone trying to build or preserve muscle, especially as anabolic resistance increases with age. You don't need to be chasing a bodybuilder physique to benefit from better-timed protein delivery. What if I'm vegetarian or can't tolerate dairy? Whey is dairy-derived, so if that's an issue for you, there are fast-digesting plant alternatives. Though most don't match whey's leucine content gram for gram, so you may need slightly larger servings to get a comparable effect. The timing principles, fast protein around training, front-loaded at breakfast, still apply regardless of source. Do I really need 3 servings a day? 3 is what I tested and what worked well for me, but even adding just the post-workout serving is a meaningful upgrade from doing nothing. If you can only commit to one change, make it the post-workout shake. That's where the timing matters most. What about women, especially after menopause? This actually matters even more for women in this stage of life. Hormonal changes around menopause are associated with accelerated muscle loss, and the combination of resistance training with well-timed protein becomes an even more important lever, not less. How long until I notice a difference? Most people notice better recovery, less lingering soreness within the first 2 weeks. Visible changes in muscle fullness, especially in shoulders and arms, tend to show up around weeks 4 to 6. Strength gains, like grip strength, often improve even before visible changes do. Alright, here's your step-by-step plan. Step 1. Pick a whey protein isolate. Check the label specifically for isolate, not just whey protein, since isolate digests faster and has less lactose. Step 2. On training days, have 1 scoop within 30 to 45 minutes after your workout, mixed with water or milk. Step 3. Start your day with a protein-forward first meal, either a whey shake alone or blended with fruit or oats for added carbs. Step 4. On training days, have a smaller serving of whey, half to full scoop, about 30 to 45 minutes before bed, optionally with milk. Step 5. Make sure you're doing some form of resistance training, weights, bands, or body weight C at least 2 to 3 times per week. The protein amplifies the signal, the training creates it. Step 6. Track your total daily protein loosely for the first week or 2, aiming for roughly 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight to make sure your overall intake supports the timing strategy. Step 7. Keep regular meals alongside this. This isn't a meal replacement plan, it's an addition that fills the timing gaps your regular meals leave open. Step 8. Track recovery, not just the mirror. Note how sore you feel 24 and 48 hours after training. Improved recovery is often the first sign this is working. Step 9. Check in on how your clothes fit across your shoulders, chest, and arms every couple of weeks. This often shows changes before the scale, or even a tape measure does. Step 10. Give it a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks. Muscle rebuilds on a slower timeline than fat loss, and consistency over this period is what actually produces visible change. Let's recap. The core idea: whey protein isolate delivers amino acids, especially leucine, faster and more concentrated than slow-digesting sources like eggs, which matters enormously once anabolic resistance kicks in with age. 3 components: a fast post-workout shake, a protein-forward breakfast, and a smaller pre-bed serving on training days. 5 mistakes to avoid: slow protein around training, chasing total grams instead of timing, skipping breakfast protein, expecting protein to work without training, and inconsistent timing, and a 10-step plan you can start with your very next meal. Rebuilding muscle after 40 isn't about willpower or punishing workouts. It's about giving your body a signal it can actually hear. Loud, fast, and consistent. Instead of the slow, quiet signal most people have been relying on for years without realizing it. You don't need an elaborate diet overhaul. You need 1 scoop of the right protein at the right times, alongside movement you're probably already doing or could easily start. If this changed how you think about protein, hit like a wine. It helps this reach more people who are stuck exactly where you were. And let me know in the comments, what's your current go-to protein source? Or if you're starting this today, just comment starting tomorrow. Send this to someone who needs it. Your friend who's been eating clean for years but still feels weak. Your dad who thinks muscle loss is just something that happens and can't be undone. Your sibling who trains hard but never seems to recover or grow the way they expect to. Their muscles aren't done, they're just waiting for the right signal, and now you know exactly what that signal is. Start with your next meal. Make it protein forward, make it fast digesting, that's it. Your muscle isn't gone, it's just waiting for you to ask for it the right way.